heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple man slide around like the hate in the gaff.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSG, That Sock Guy, and welcome back to a Premier League match review for Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my player ratings and my overall thoughts on the game last night. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So look guys, this was one of those games where it just proved again why I guess we do need somebody new up front. I think it's going to be hard. We're probably going to get more of like a winger than a forward, especially since we're trying to buy a defensive midfielder and possibly 2 defenders. But we're just not clinical enough. 21 shots and only 1 goal. I think that quite frankly just describes how poor we are in front of goal. We had some fantastic performances on the pitch, but certain players just aren't making the most of the opportunities they have, and we need them to do that to get these wins. We only need 6 points from the last 5 games. It's definitely possible. Our next game's on Sunday against Everton, which I believe we should walk away with the points, but who knows? We're going up against Frank Lampard for the first time, so hopefully that's not some mental factor that has us playing at less than what we should be playing at, but I don't believe that will be the case. I think we will hopefully see a good Chelsea performance. Now, starting off with the player ratings, we're going to start right with the goalkeeper and Edouard Mendy. Didn't really have much to do the entire game, didn't get troubled much. For the Ronaldo goal, kind of not much he could have done about that. Maybe he could have been a little better, but overall it got lifted over the top from Nemanja Matic, former Chelsea player. Used to actually be one of my favorite Chelsea players, but that doesn't matter. And Ronaldo does what Ronaldo does, and he puts the goal away. Because of that, the rating for me is 6 out of 10. So getting into the back 3 for this game, you had starting off with Antonio Rudiger in a game where you know why he's in the team and you know why we missed him in the last one. Wasn't his best performance today. He got a yellow card, and overall the defense today was good. They didn't have a crazy amount to do, but I can't give them a crazy high rating because they didn't do anything that special. So because of the performance today and his yellow card, it's 6 out of 10 for Antonio Rudiger. Now getting into Thiago Silva, he had a pretty good performance today. Wasn't bad. Not too much to say about Thiago Silva, or really Azpilicueta, so I'll go ahead and give both the player ratings at the same time. For Silva, it's a 7 out of 10, and for Azpi, it's a 7 out of 10. They didn't really do anything that wrong. I think 7 out of 10 is decent for what they accomplished in the game, and overall the back line was not that bad in the game. Getting into the midfield and starting off with Marcos Alonso, who actually had a pretty solid game. Of course, he got the goal. The wings were a problem for United to deal with. Even though Alonso doesn't have the pace, he was giving them props all day, bouncing back and forth, getting into the attack sometimes. He was interchanging with Mount and Kai Havertz during that on the left-hand side. I thought everything he was doing was pretty solid, and overall one of the better players for me on the field today. Some of you guys might disagree with that, but I think there was only 3 or 4 players that were quality and played the whole 90 to their best potential today. And I think Alonso was one of those. So with that being said, for me, Alonso's getting an 8 out of 10 rating. Getting into the middle, Jorginho didn't have his best game in this one. I think the passing was good. I think he could have picked out some players a little better. He has that passing ability, but for some reason he doesn't, his IQ is insane. And he doesn't pick out some of these perfect passes that he could pick out. But with that being said, he did pick out some good passes as well. I'd like to see if when Lukaku does get a chance, players look for him. I think he's out of favor with most of the team, and I don't know if they really necessarily trust him, but he was trying today, and this was probably his best performance. I'll get into him a little bit, but people need to find that pass to him, and he could probably still do some damage for the team. He's a $100 million striker, and if we have him in the squad, we need to utilize him a little bit better. So for me, Jorginho is getting a 6 out of 10. And now getting into N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante was actually pretty good in this game. Now, he's been a little shaky in the last couple games, but overall in this one, he was pretty good. And up until what happened with him giving the ball away, and I don't know if there's confusion from him, but he won the ball back, and then it was kind of loose and nobody went after it. And it looked like to me that he waited until Matic started running towards the ball, and then that's when he started doing it, and he got beat to it. I think he could have definitely done better there, and because of that, for me, he's getting a 7 out of 10, which could be lower, but I thought he was one of the standouts in the game. Now, Reece James, who for me was the man of the match in this game. He was doing everything he possibly could. He sent so many good crosses into the box, couldn't get onto them. Timo Werner had a really good opportunity. He was sending some perfect balls and interchanging with Mason Mount as he was getting up there as well. It was beautiful by him, and he's one of the players that this squad is not the same without. And I was so glad that he was back. I was hoping he didn't pick up another injury because he was rushed back, and he had only been in training for, I think, 2 days. But he did fine. He handled the physicality great. And overall, it was a great performance from Reece James. 9 out of 10 in my man of the match. Getting into Mason Mount, who I also thought was pretty good in this game. His pressing ability, when he does it, is really good. I think next season, if Conor Gallagher gets into the team, those two in the midfield, wow, the press that we're going to have from our team, that's going to allow all of our other players to get up as well, because they're going to have those two that are interchanging in the midfield, running down players, having them play fast balls, and having them probably make mistakes that lead to a lot of attacking opportunities for us. Mount is one of the best in our team at the moment. He had a lot of good opportunities in this game too, a lot of crosses in the box. Like I was saying when I talked about Reece James, the interplay was great, and overall great performance for Mason Mount. 7 out of 10. Now, getting into the front line of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, neither one of them had a good game today. I wouldn't say it was horrible, but Kai had a lot of chances that he did not put away. There was a couple headers that he put right in De Gea's path. I think especially the one, it could have been Reece James, I don't remember exactly, but somebody crossed it in, and if he would have headed it to the ground, it would have went in the goal, but he headed it straight to De Gea's palms, and he pushed it away. He did get an assist, though, off of a cross that Reece James sent in. So to be fair, he did do something to help the team in this game. So Kai Havertz, for me, is a 6 out of 10. And Timo Werner is the same. Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, I think they have their moments of brilliance, but they're just not clinical enough. I think Timo Werner definitely has a lot more confidence now, and you can tell when he plays how much more confidence he has. I think it's only a matter of time before he comes out again and starts doing what he needs to do. I think next season, if we don't get a recognized striker, we're going to have to figure something out, because I don't think Kai and Timo are the answer up front, but I think they do enough for this season. Now, getting into the bench, we had 3 substitutes in this game: Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Romelu Lukaku. I thought they were all decent, not the best. Didn't have a crazy amount of time to make impact. I mean, they had like 20 minutes, but Pulisic, I didn't think did anything too crazy. I'm going to go through these kind of rapid fire because there wasn't anything crazy impactful that I saw from any of these guys. 5 out of 10 for Pulisic. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek was probably the best off the bench, and he's been one of our better players in the team recently, and I think he's making a strong case for staying again next season, even if we get another midfielder in. I know Ross Barkley's going to go. I think Jorginho might go. So to have that back up there, if we have a Tchouaméni or a Declan Rice, I think it's always good to have somebody like that in the team. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for me, is getting a 6 out of 10. And Romelu Lukaku, I thought was better in this game. A lot of people just don't like Lukaku, and I understand. It's been a tough season for him, and the comments he made earlier doesn't help his case. But I thought he was pretty decent in this game, actually, and I don't want to give him too much slack because we do want better performances from this guy. But overall, he was coming to the ball. He was trying to meet it in the middle. He was chasing down players. He was waiting for passes, making runs, and it was definitely a lot better from him. I'd like to see some players like put the ball to him a little bit more and try to feed it to him, because the moments he got the ball, he looked good. They closed him down, but he did look pretty good. Romelu Lukaku, for me, 5 out of 10, but like I said, I want to see more from him. That's it for this video from me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to have another video out tomorrow. I'm going to do a tier list of the loan players and see which ones I think are going to get sold, will be in the team next season, and are ones for the future. So if you want to see that, like I said before, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And until the next one, it's been your boy TSG, That Soccer Guy, signing out.
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple man.